Professor B here in downtown San Francisco at the Moscone. Down here, Moscone. Behind me is Super Bowl 60 Media Center here in downtown. Get ready for Super Bowl 60. Take a look at some of all the action coming down here during the week of the Super Bowl here in downtown San Francisco. We're here on 4th and Howard Street here. The give you a glimpse, look at a shot of Super Bowl week down here. We're going to do a little short podcast, some of the news of the day. The 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, naming Raheem Morris, the recent fired head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, as their new head coach, or defensive head coach, former head coach, I'd say. Raheem Morris spent 2 seasons with the Falcons, and taking a look of downtown here, where people are coming in to pick up credentials here. This is the media center here at Moscone West, and then as the big week, Super Bowl week, and it's the like they say, it's the this is the week where it is Super Bowl week, and this is right here. This is the NFL fan experience behind me. This is the NFL experience. They're gonna have the Pro Bowl flag football game coming up on that will be coming up on Tuesday night, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You can check us out on Niners Radio 49ers, Niners Radio 40, YouTube.com/Niners Radio 49. As we're just giving you like a little sightseeing tour here in downtown San Francisco, Super Bowl week. Both teams, the Seahawks and the Patriots, had just arrived. This is some of the happenings down here in downtown San Francisco, here at the Moscone Center. So, just taking a little bit of a look at what's going on here. Super Bowl week, 1 week from today. And this is Sunbelt Rentals, our good friend of the Park podcast, Dave Mertz, of course, Philly Dave Mertz, who, of course, his son, Roy Mertz, quarterback, George Washington High School Eagles, and also to his other son, James, as well. This is behind the scenes of Super Bowl week. Just to give you a little behind the scenes, this is the Metreon Public Access behind the scenes at the Yerba Buena Gardens, and then this is right behind the scenes where you can pick up your credentials. And so that's where you pick up your credentials. That's where the whole entire festivities week beginning here. So Raheem Morris being named as the 49ers' new defensive coordinator, taking over from Robert Saleh, who's taking the coaching gig for the Tennessee Titans. We send him congratulations and wish him well for his next endeavors. So it's going to be a big week, even though the 49ers are not going to be involved in this Super Bowl, which is a bummer that their hated, bitter rival, the Seahawks, are back in it for the first time in a decade and the fourth time in franchise history since since divisional realignment. Since the divisional realignment back in the divisional realignment back in 23 years ago, 2002, Seahawks have been to the Super Bowl 4 times. Niners been 3. Seahawks have really, them and the Rams have had the upper hand on Super Bowl wins. Only the Rams have had more by not that margin, and that was back in 2002 or 2000, January, 26 years ago, when they beat the Titans in Super Bowl. That was back in Super Bowl 34 down in Atlanta. So it's going to be a wild week. We're going to have some activities. We're going to be doing stuff on our flagship network as well, doing some segments. Whole week worth of Super Bowl 53. Hope you get a chance to check out that 49er Dynasty documentary. I want to get into it later this week on our podcast, talk about and one of the biggest stories of the week is why has the 49ers have been stuck on that 6th Super Bowl? A lot of questions to be asked about that. I listened to some of the talks, 95.7 The Game, Joe Shasky, a.k.a. the Butcher Boy. And we're gonna talk about that later this week. That is one of the big topics of discussion. So we're gonna so it's a lot of questions why they have not won. We will go into full detail and throughout most of the offseason of why they haven't been able to get to that big one to win it all. You know, in recent years, the 49ers on a couple occasions have gone on to win the Super Bowl. Have been close 2 years ago. They losing the heartbreaker down in Vegas, and then losing the heartbreaker in Vegas, and then losing the Super Bowl heartbreaker in Vegas, and then losing the Super Bowl in down in Miami 6 years ago. So, but before we go, so we are going to. So the 49ers hiring Raheem Morris is the new defensive coordinator. He's from. Morris is 49 years old, so I'm about the same age as him. He's from New Jersey, played his collegiate career at safety at Hofstra, graduate assistant in 1998 or 99, defensive backfield coach or 98, defensive backfield coach at Cornell in 1998. Then he went back to Hofstra for a couple seasons from 99 to 2001. Then he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and defensive quality coach. John Gruden's first year, he was on that Super Bowl winning team. Defensive quality coach in 2003, defensive assistant, 2004, defensive backfield coach, 2006, defensive coordinator at Kansas State. Came back to the Tampa Bay Bucs in 2007 as their backfield coach. 2009 to 2011, he was the Buccaneers head coach. That's when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went through some lean years. He replaced John Gruden, by the way. Then he ended up going to went to Washington, was the defensive backs coach, was assistant head coach with an assistant under and Kyle Shanahan was on that staff, and then wide receivers coach, offensive pass coordinator, assistant defensive pass coordinator 2018, defensive coordinator 2020 with the Rams, and then assistant pass coordinator, defensive coordinator 2021 to 23 with the Rams on their Super Bowl team, and became the Falcons head coach in from 24 to 25, 2 seasons. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champ, won one with the Rams 4 years ago. Then, of course, he won one 23 years ago with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And his coaching career, not that good. 37-56, not good. You know, the Falcons never really had success. They did have a strong finish, finishing 8-9, finishing only a game out of first place, but it was too little too late. The damage was already done. So we heard some good things about Raheem Morris. Kyle Shanahan knows back in his days in Washington. So we'll see what's going to happen with this defense. A lot of people thought Jim Schwartz would get a look at, but I think that this is a good, fair decision. I mean, a lot of people thought Schwartz would be the right guy, but I think I think this is not a bad hire. I worked under and he knows about that Tampa 2 cover 2 4-3 defense, or similar with. There is some connections with Kyle and also with John Lynch, because John Lynch was a part of that Super Bowl winning team as well. So we, as we look behind me outside here, out here at the Metron here in San Francisco, Super Bowl week commences. We're gonna have a lot going on throughout the week. We'll have some do some features on our flagship and on Niners Radio 49, and we have a few little surprises. Who knows? You never know. So the news of the day: Raheem Morris to be named as the new 49ers defensive coordinator, and congratulations, welcome to the 49ers family. So you know everything about the Rams of that rivalry as well. So we're going to be having a lot of news stuff later this week, and we're going to, but just a reminder for all you who want to subscribe, go to youtube.com/@ProfessorB/@Niners Radio 49, and please don't forget to click the subscribe button as well. And then also you can check me out on my Twitter account, Professor B on X, Professor B at Niners Radio 49. You can check me out as well. So we're going to wrap it up here. This is a brief podcast. We're on from down here in San Francisco. Super Bowl week. It's the Seahawks, champions of the National Football Conference, trying to shoot for their second Super Bowl win in franchise history, while the Patriots, the gold standard, have won 6-time Super Bowl champs. They're trying to win their franchise's 8th Super Bowl victory. It'll be their 8th. Trying to shoot for their 8th in franchise history. They have won. Both teams have won more. The Patriots are in the Super Bowl for the 12th time in the last 40 years. The 11th under Bob Kraft since 1990. Since Bob Kraft took over the Patriots in 1994. This is, I believe, their 11th under Bob Kraft, being in the last 30 years. And the Seahawks are here for just the 4th time in franchise history. So check us out again, youtube.com/@Niners Radio 49. Always don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Our mission is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And then check me out on Twitter as well. Check us out on Twitter, Professor B at Niners Radio 49. So that's it from the Moscone Center at the Metro here in downtown San Francisco. Professor B for 49ers Live, Super Bowl 60 edition. We'll have all the sights and scenes throughout the week, not only on Niners Radio 49 updates, we'll try to get some guests and a few surprises as well. And then also on our satellite digital media news network, on our flagship, we'll be doing a news story of Super Bowl week all this week. Professor B for Niners Radio 49.